Hi all. Uh, Previous videos we have discussed basic concepts, constructor overloading, methods overloading, inheritance, then a lot of statements, everything we have discussed, and sample programs we have discussed through PPT. So always practical knowledge is better to understand the concepts, especially the programming languages. So today in the first session, we will discuss how we can execute that sample programs and we can see the output on the Eclipse screen. So few programs I'll execute and I'll show you. At the same time, I'll explain the logic. Already we have discussed. I'll just refresh the logic. So now I'll share the Eclipse screen. Yeah. Already in the previous videos, we have discussed how we can create a project in Eclipse and how we can execute. So now I am not wasting my time to create a project. Already I have created the project. Now I will refresh the logic and we will see the output on the console. So first we will discuss mm, this is simple program. This is just we are going to see the given number is odd or even. You can think why we are in need to do this simple program, because you are familiar with the programming language, especially C, C++, you would have studied this program. Because why I am going to explain this program is, here if you see, I have used one concept, that is scanner class. Okay. If you want to give the input through your keyboard, normally how we will give in C, scanf that values, and if you write printf, enter the values, scanf, enter percentage d a and b means you can give. But in Java you can give the inputs in different way. For example, if you use scanner class, you can give the input through the keyboard, and through command line arguments you can give the inputs, and directly you can give the input in the program also. Last examples we have discussed, I have given x equal to 30 directly in the program. Just we saw the output for that if statement. Now I'm going to give the values from through the keyboard. Okay. So first, uh, for that, if you want to give the input to the keyboard, you are in need of one class. Already I told you Java has number of libraries which has number of classes, and the classes has its own methods. So that here we are going to use one class, that is scanner class. So like in C, if we are going to write first line, what we will write in C programming, hash include stdio.h. Next line, hash include conio.h, hash include math.h. Like that, number of hash include functions we will include. Okay, so these are the built-in libraries you have known. So like that, here at last anyway we are going to discuss about this package more, but now you should understand like that here also. But here if you see, we are starting from class only, we are not giving any predecessor like hash include like in this one stream. So but here what we have to do means, here also for example, why we are giving hash include stdio.h, because all standard input and output is stored in this hash include library. So like that, conio.h means if you want to give clear screen, get off and get ch and all, then we have to give conio.h. If you use square root of a function in method function in your program, you have to use math.h in C. Like that, here we are going to import the packages. This Java has number of built-in packages itself. So whenever we are using that corresponding class or method which is present in that package, we have to import the package. Okay, these are called as built-in packages. We can create our own user-defined packages also. When we will discuss it during a package time, we will discuss about this more. Now you should understand that if it is a built-in package, we should import the package. We should import the package. So the first keyword should be import. So like I told you, hash include stdy we are using, conio y we are using, like that. All your that input output related things will be stored in this util package. Util package. So generally, if you want to give, you can give import java dot util dot star represent all. Okay, so under this util package, whatever the classes and methods are there, we can easily use it in our program. Okay, so now specifically also you can, if you know, because once you will become a developer, or once you will become thorough in Java, you can understand what are the packages I should import specifically instead of star. That will show you are a very good programmer. So import java.util.scanner. So I'm going to use this scanner. So whatever the things, if you want to know what is that package contains, what is the information related to, right click. If you do, you can see here that content. Now we will discuss what is this java.util.scanner, because it is new for you. Just that's why I'm showing one as an example. A simple text scanner which can parse primitive types and strings using regular expression. We can pass primitive types and string also using regular expressions. Okay, C equal to A plus B. Okay, so a scanner breaks its input into tokens. Tokens means, you know, if I'm writing system.out.println of within double quote A means system is one token, out is a token, println is a token, open bracket is a token, quote is one token, A is one token, then like that it will go. So it is tokens using delimiter pattern, which by default matches white space. Okay, so next, the resulting tokens may be converted into values of different types using various next methods. So this scanner class is having mainly next method, next int, next next of, like that. Number of methods are there. That and all, if you give that is a built-in methods. Just you have to use the methods whenever you are in need of your application. For example, here they have given, you see, scanner is a class. So if already we have discussed, if you have a class, if you are going to create an object, that will become an object of that current class. So scanner space sc. So sc is an object for the scanner class. Now new scanner of system.in, because you are going to take the input from the keyboard. So system.in int I equal to sc dot next int of. So whatever the values you are giving next int 4, 5, 6 means it will take. Okay. Another example also they have given, because according to a syllabus, like the scanner class is not explicitly given your syllabus, but as a Java developer you should know. So scanner sc equal to new scanner of new file of my numbers, like that file. For that you have to use hash next long. Till that hash next values are there, it will go. So like this, number of methods and number of classes are there. If you want to use string, you have to use s dot next of, not integer of. S dot next of. Integer means integer of. Okay, like this you can use. Okay, so now we will discuss this program. So I have imported java.util.scanner. If you write java.util.star also, it is not harm. Whatever the classes that util package is having, you can utilize. All the methods you can use. So next, public static void main string you have known. So here directly my public static void main is there. So my execution starts from here. So I have taken one number, system.out.println, enter an integer number. Next, I have to give the input through keyboard. So scanner, I am giving the this one. Object name is there. They have, in the example they have given sc. I have given here object of the scanner class is input. Okay, so new scanner of system.in. System.in. Num, what is the num equal to input dot next int of. This is all built-in syntax. We can't change anything. So what is the object you are given? Input dot next int of means whatever the values you are giving this, it will be passed here. Next, if num, this normal logic, num or 2 equal to 0 means number is even. Now entered number is odd. Why I have taken this program means here I have used scanner class. This is new for you. Okay, so that I have taken this example. Now shall we execute this program? So run. It is asking, you see, enter integer number. Just I will enter 123. If you give enter number is odd. Enter number is odd. Last program and all, if you give run, immediately we saw the output. We saw the output because all the values we have inserted in the program itself. Now I have given the input through my keyboard. So that we have to use scanner class. Don't forget. Okay. Second, this program we have discussed. One more program we will discuss. This is what sum average. Here also, if you see, I have given the array of some 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. 10 numbers I have given in int of array. Okay, numbers array I have given. Already we have discussed the syntax of the array. Just yesterday we have discussed the concept with example programs through PPT. Same we are discussing here with the how it has been executed in your Eclipse. So int data type square bracket number. So it represents an array. Already we have discussed this is initialization with instantiation. So int sum equal to 0 double average. So for this is another this is the example for one more concept, that is for each loop. For loop we have known, for each loop. What I told you, for each loop mainly used to traverse the array elements and one more collection framework. Okay, but array things we have discussed. So for int number, what is the array name? Number colon numbers. Okay, int number colon numbers. Okay, numbers open sum equal to sum plus number. So immediately what it will do means it will traverse the array from the first element till the last element. You don't need to give any condition. No need to give any condition. But if you have 10 elements, it is good. If you have 100 elements without any condition, if you give, it will traverse till the last element. Int array length equal to numbers dot length. Already we have discussed what is the use of length. So average equal to double of sum. If you see here, this is called that already you have known cast string. So sum I have given here integer, but I am making into double. I am making into double. So if you have used the sum as an integer, for example 100, if you get the sum is 100.12, even though it will give what 100 only, but I have to find the average. So I am in need of this fractional value. So I am going to change it into lower, that is integer value, into double. This also you would have studied in your C++ and C. So double of sum slash double of array length. Double of array length, because array length also I have given here integer. Now both will be converted into double. This is called data type or simply typecasting. Typecasting. This is upcasting from lower data type to higher data type. You have known that integer is a lower data type and the double is a higher data type. Okay, that average will be stored here. Just I have to print sum and average. Clear all of you? So here I have used array concepts, what we have discussed in the previous video. Now we will run this. So here I have no need to give any input value through scanner class or through in the keyboard, because here already I have given. So the sum of the numbers is 36 and average is 3.6. Okay. Next, check even and odd we have discussed. This we have discussed. Next one example. This is well, yesterday we have discussed about this one, inheritance. Okay, inheritance means what? If one class inherits the properties from other class, then that properties from where it is inheriting that class is called as parent class or base class. Okay, or super class. Which class is inheriting the properties, that class is called as subclass or derived class or child class. This we have discussed. Okay. What is the keyword we should use? Extends keyword will be used to represent that this is the child class which is inheriting from the parent class. So one example we will see. So here my execution starts from here only. Here child COBJ equal to new child of. Please listen carefully, see this code. Statement child obj COBJ equal to new child of. Okay, COBJ equal to new child of. This we have known because COBJ is a object for a class child. So new child of you have given. Immediately what it will check? Anywhere this child of constructor code has been written or not. Anywhere it has been written? No. In this program, nowhere it has been written. C1 P1 method only is there, not child of constructor is there. So automatically it will come here. So COBJ object dot C1 of. So immediately it will check which in this program anywhere C1 of method has been written or not. If you see here, yes, C1 of method has been written, but it is under which class? Child class. It is under child class. So it will do its work. What is its work? It has to perform the task which is written inside this method block. What has been written? Only one line has been written, system.out.println child method. So what is your first output? Child method. Okay. Next, see obj.p1 of. P1 of where it is there? Here it is there. That P1 of method is the method which is under parent class. So parent method will be printed. So our output of this program will be what? Child method and parent method. Shall we check whether we got the same output or not through execution? I will run the program. Run. Wait, I'll configure because number of programs you are running. So I'll configure this. What is when you are giving that if that previous output is coming in that storage, your previous output class and main method is stored, so that we have to configure and we have to run again. That's all. That time we should give the class name properly, because here if normally one class name is not an issue, that inside that one class only main method is the same class name you can give. But if you see here inheritance, or if you have number of classes, you should give which class name means under which class my main method is there, that class name you should give. That don't forget. For example, I'll run and show you these things and all small information, because if you execute, I'm getting my program is different, my output is different. I'm not getting any error, but output is different. Why? We will check now. So now if you see where is my main method is there, here my main method is there. Under which class my main method is there? Child class. Under child class. So always whatever we have written in the first class, we will write the name, not like that. I told you if you have a number of classes, which class you should use? Where your main method is there. Because last video I have shown, when you create a project, under that project if you give a class, under that class only your main method will be there. That class only should be there on that storage area. So now I will do so run. You see here like this, run configuration. If you give you see here parent is there, parent is there, but what here project name is some average is there. Maybe I have given here parent name, this one parent Java, my class is parent, but what is my main class? This is what my my project is parent, correct, but my main class is what? Here some average only, still it is there, but my main class is child. My main class is apply run. You see here. Again, I will show you. If suppose by mistake, if you give, okay, parent class only I have given. Here also maybe parent class only. Like that if you give apply run, error is showing. Because you see here the errors also you should able to find out, because this error message is more important for the second module, exception handling. Main method not found in a class parent. Please define the main method as public static void main. It will not say that your main method is in child class. It will say that whatever the class you have given, under that main method is not that, you create a main method. So now I will change. sorry, capital C. That letter also important. I told you first class name or class name, first letter of the class name should be capital. Apply, run. Now you see child method and parent method. Child method and parent method. Okay, this we have discussed. 3 programs we have discussed. One more example we will see. This is what program first we will look out. You see here this, for this I have used this program. I told you if two a parent class is there, child class is there, but I have to pass the argument to parent class constructor. I want to pass the argument to parent class constructor. This is constructor we have discussed yesterday. In that inheritance, how we are using. That time what keyword use, what method you should use, I told you super of method. So automatically super of if you use, even though it is under child class constructor, it will call parent class constructor only. Now shall we execute? Shall I explain this? Public static void main. So my execution will start from here. Child. One more thing I'll tell you. Here already I told you. Child C object equal to new child of. Here also child. Here also child. So this is the child constructor. But here if you see, child object COG equal to new child of parent comma child. But here what? Two arguments I am passing. So it has to check anywhere two parameter constructor is there or not. Yes, it is there. Public string 1 n comma string 2, but it is under child class. It is under child class. But inside that constructor I am calling super of n1. Super of n1. If you give the super of n1, it passing the argument to parent class constructor. It passing the argument to parent class constructor. So automatically it will go, so parent. This dot name equal to n2 child. So what is the result will come system, wait, next it will be stored here. One is parent, another one is child. Next, see obj.details of. See obj.details of if you give, automatically it will go to this details of method. I'll give some space, then you can understand. This is my child. This is my constructor. Okay. So system.out.println super.name of. So super.name of means which one will be passed? Parent will be passed. Super.name of. Okay, and child. So parent and child is the answer. Shall we check? No, again I have to go under change. What is the class in main method? Which class is having main method? Child, child class. Okay, so run configuration. Name is what? Parent 1 I have given, I think so. Parent 1, this is correct. Apply, run. Okay, parent and child. Parent and child is the answer. Okay, one more example, inheritance we will check. This is more important. Here if you see, one thing you see, remaining and all you leave. Here my class is main, public static void main. If you see this program, in this program, if you see this statement, you see here, I am creating an object for whom? Parent class. But I am calling that constructor is what? Child class. Is this possible? Means yes, it is possible. Because child class extends parent class. Child class extends parent class. So whatever the properties, methods, behaviors the parent class can have, child can inherit. So when you are doing inheritance program, that time you can do like this. But normal two classes you can't write parent if it is not parent class. If it is not there, you can't write like this. But extends keyword, we are inheriting the property. So parent obj equal to new child of. Immediately where it will go, child of is there or not? Nowhere it is there. So it will leave. Next statement obj dot show off. Obj dot show off means immediately where it will go, obj dot show off is here. Okay, so that because this is a child object, so that void show off. Here it will show super dot show off. Super dot show off means what? This is this. So automatically super dot show off means the control will be transferred to parent. Super is used to represent parent. So super dot show off, if you give, it will show you parent show off, then only output will be child show off. Don't confuse. Parent obj equal to new child of. You can create like this constructor object. But when you are doing, here you are given new child of. So that I told you before this one, you have to create that object will be created. So object show off means automatically it will go here only, not here. But here you have given the one statement super dot show off. That's why the output will be parents show off, child show off. We will check. I will give which main run configuration. You see here main. My project also I have created main. Then it is easy. Project name, class name, everything if you give same, it is easy for you. Main. So wait, I'll check. So parents show off, child's show off. Parents show off, child show off. Now I will put it in this one. Now we will execute. Child show off only to show you. Can you understand? Because I have deleted this, I have given a comment line. So that means I have not given the super dot show off. So automatically, even though parent class, if you are creating object, what is your constructor? Because constructor I told, we have discussed. So child of constructor you have given. So that object dot show off means it will go to this show off method only. In this show off method, if I'll give this line, just it will show you child show off. But if you give super dot show off as the first line, automatically this control will be transferred here. First parents show off will be executed, then only the next line will be executed. So again I will show main dot yes parent show off and child show off. So here we have discussed 5 programs. Yesterday also we have discussed 2-3 programs. So till last video what we have discussed the theoretical concepts, we have discussed the programs. Okay, so I will end the video with this demo. Next video we will continue with theory concepts. Thank you. Thank you so much.